What's up everyone, I'm Frank. Welcome to the channel. I just finished watching episode 1 of The Haunting of Hill House, so I'm just gonna jump into episode 2. I like it so far. Solid first episode. It is pretty depressing stuff. If I'm being honest, it's like it is a horror show, but it's more so it's using horror to kind of tell this story of a broken family that is dealing with past and childhood traumas and their inability to talk and communicate with one another in present day. They're all very distant and just not close at all, pretty sad. Nell died last episode, and I'm assuming they're all gonna learn about it this next episode, so I guess we'll see how they handle that. I'm assuming not very well. It's not very well at all. Well, it's pretty heavy stuff, but it's good so far. So let's just jump into it and see how this goes. All right, let's check it out.
Nellie's in the red room.
That is what she said. That she's in the red room. How did she know specifically where she was though? Because all of them felt it, but she narrowed it down to exactly where she was, and they all felt it at 3:03. I feel like they're specifying that time a lot, which it could have just been like a stylistic choice for like dramatic effect, right when the counter changes, they all wake up, but they didn't have to emphasize the time again at the beginning of this episode. I could be totally just overthinking it way too much, but I feel like they chose to do that for a reason. I'm gonna shut up now and watch the episode.
So I'm not gonna look at her tomorrow, and I don't want to see her in the open castle.
The open castle.
They're not dreams.
And I'm guessing you're a smart boy. You're so smart, you probably know that your grandmother wore a wig. Is that right? You probably saw her in the hospital a few times when she wasn't wearing it.
Yeah.
So she does seem more skeptical of like the whole supernatural things occurring, right? Because she's trying to explain it away to this kid. Why he's seeing what he's seeing, or that he's not seeing them,
Extra special care to make sure she looks just like she's supposed to. So when I'm done, she will look just like she always did, just like you remember her.
How does somebody become this or get this job, man? It's like a very, in a weird way, like a very somber form of art, the way that they're painting and fixing the deceased.
When we finish fixing up this house
and sell it for a lot of money.
You don't miss a thing, yes. Then we're gonna build the forever house. And we won't have to move.
I like that name for it, the forever house. But that's kind of unfortunate because the forever house never came to be, did it? That must be a pretty tiring way of living for a kid. Imagine constantly moving. Theo really strikes me as the sort of loner, kind of just do what I want, do my own thing kind of person.
You good, Luke? Uh-huh. Don't forget the rule. Lights flash. Time to come home.
Lights flash, come home. Luke seems like fun. Oh, that's the girl he drew, right? Oh, the glasses make his eyes look so huge.
That master key you had didn't work. You have any other ideas about that red door upstairs?
Oh, afraid not. Not for that one.
Are they like staff or something? Why don't you have a key for that door specifically? That's odd. Arguably the coolest door in the building, and you don't have a key. Kinda suspicious, Mr. Dead. Kittens? Did I hear meowing? I did.
Hey, how'd you get in here, huh? Where's your mommy cat? She couldn't be far.
Oh, so tiny.
You're just the cutest little thing.
Don't. What the fuck was that? Oh, do the thing with the picture. Don't flash it again. What? I didn't see. What is it? What is it?
It's a wasp nest.
Okay.
Probably an old one.
Very old.
Just happens to look like a face. I hate those things, man. And they always come back and make the nest in the same place, no matter how many times you take it off. Oh, that's why it looks like a face. That makes sense.
Halloween mask. Old one.
And see? Nothing scary at all.
Gnarly. Put it on.
No dogs on the property.
Well, sure there are. The kids have been hearing him at night. They've heard him every night since we got here.
I couldn't say. The missus and I, we don't stay on the property after dark.
No dogs. So the Dudleys are like staff, I guess. They like oversee the property while nobody's there. Make sure it doesn't like fall apart or gets broken into, I guess.
There's some jewelry in here, some pictures of Mom, like you asked. I couldn't decide, so just put a bunch in.
What's with her? Why'd she just freeze up like that? Wait, what? Who's that? Who was that? And why did he cheers her?
It's fine.
I mean, I could still do
Just pay me back when you're a famous writer.
Might not want to hold your breath.
Okay.
Apparently.
So we're in the past again, right? It's a little tricky to distinguish when we are. So sorry if it takes me a second.
Urine analysis. First time, huh?
Did you know they have horseback riding? They have horseback riding.
Oh, so this is like a rehab, right?
We love you so much.
Oh, dude.
You can do this.
It's so heartbreaking seeing this. And like how much they clearly care for each other, but in the current time, they're so distant.
They have horses.
They have horses, Luke. I like Luke. He seems like a good guy. Just went down the wrong path.
Where'd you get those, Allie?
At the mall?
Practically begging
Wow.
you to be like a cool aunt.
Got a bit of a role model, huh? That's awesome. Why does she wear those gloves, though, for real?
So watch your tone, unless you want to spend Halloween as Captain Grounded.
She's the cool aunt. What's happening?
There's nothing to be. Pipes. The hot water pipes.
Those were no pipes, man. Nope. Banging so loud.
It's
What is that? What is that about? Jesus Christ.
It's now.
Oh shit, this is where she learns.
She's dead.
Could you imagine getting that phone call in the middle of the night?
So weird. I came home tonight.
You saw her. You saw her.
She wouldn't call him. He can't do that again. He can't just not tell us what happened. He can't.
You can't do that again, not tell us what happened. Referring to the mom.
I told you she was in trouble. I told you to find her. I told you.
I gotta go.
Bro, she needed somebody, and nobody was there. Oh my god, dude. Hold on. Okay. It's heavy stuff, man. Oh, little kitties. Oh no.
Found this upstairs.
Oh man.
Decorated a little bit for her.
Why?
Well, because she was a very special cat.
I don't like how after finding out that Nell killed herself, they're kind of giving us this. She's so pretty. Wow. Look at that hat with like the spots shining through. Sorry, I got distracted. I was just saying how sad it is that earlier Luke said there's 5 of them like us, and then Nell passed away, and now with the cat story, one of the kittens is gone.
When we die, we turn into stories. And every time someone tells one of those stories,
We live on.
we're all stories in the end.
That was very well put, actually, from her.
Brothers and sisters all look the same, but I think she was the one I called Jasper.
I like how honest she is. I think she was Jasper.
She's alive.
Is it alive?
She really is. Look.
Honey, I know this. Honey, I know this is.
No. Oh no. So, oh no. Oh no, that's so bad. Oh. That's so fucked up. I thought she was imagining the cat move at first, but it really was moving just because there was a cockroach or a bug in its mouth. Imagine how disturbing that would be to see that as a kid. Thinking you're, just forget it.
He deserves to be here.
Damn.
You're not giving him time to get here. He missed her wedding. We're not going to let him miss her funeral, too.
He has time, but I'm not leaving her
I'm
in the
with
freezer
her.
until Luke gets his shit together.
I also understand where she's coming from. You can't just leave her there waiting for one person. But I do understand the sentiment of having all the siblings there, so I'm with Theo in that regard as well. As far as her hosting the funeral for her own sister, I mean, I have no idea what this line of work is like for people, but I would assume that's not the healthiest decision to make, right? Hosting it for your own siblings seems rough, man. Although maybe in her eyes, it's probably like a duty, and she feels like it's the right thing to do. It's literally her job.
It's gonna be okay, Shirley.
Oh.
I don't want to see her.
Now they're drawing this parallel back to her childhood with her mother's funeral. And that's why she's a funeral director. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Here, come with me.
Who's this? I mean, I respect the mustache, but who is that?
I promise you, you have nothing to worry
You
about.
don't know her.
You don't have to know someone to do the cosmetics.
And restoration. The coroner ruled it a suicide, and there's restorative work I've got to do.
She feels obligated to do this for her sister.
This is insane.
Like it's her duty. Yes, it is. It is.
This is too much for anyone.
Exactly, yes. You'd seeing your own family member like that, even if it is your job, it's gonna weigh so heavy on a person.
Let's take her down.
Oh, damn.
Can I feed the kittens?
Sure thing.
Oh, not the flashback, bro. Don't hit us with the flashback.
Are they still sleeping?
No way. All of them? How? Oh no. What was that?
I'm elbow deep in our sister's chest cavity,
Dude.
pulling out a bag of her internal organs. That's what happens when a body's autopsied and I have to take it out.
You have to get 2 grown men to a goddamn airport.
It's too much. I was about to comment on like how she's just talking on the phone casually with her brother as she's cutting open her sister.
I don't believe you.
Sure.
Just tell me. Just. Why would you give away the last one, the only one left?
That's so messed up that she's doing this. I still can't get over it. What the hell is that? Who was that?
I know you're curious. I'm sad. I'm sad too. So sad I can't even tell you. What do you want to know?
The way she had to deal with death and her mother trying to handle it with her as a kid. Now it's kind of paralleling with her discussing death with her kids and wanting to be honest with them.
Why did she die?
And she lied. See, it's a difficult thing to communicate to a kid.
I can tell you everything I'm doing, but some other time. Right now.
Granted, the situations were different, but it was still the matter of communicating or talking about the topic of death with your kid. You know? And it was difficult for her too. She was pretty honest in general, but still had to lie a little bit. Which is fine. I mean, I'm not judging for that.
Gorgeous. Oh, come on, we still got a ways to go.
I know, but you do. I'm so happy for you, Nellie.
Happy for what? Married? She's getting married, but she doesn't get married, does she? Fortunate. I'm guessing this is like the last time she did her makeup for her, and this moment reminded her of that.
Hey.
Hey, Luke.
Hold on!
What? Hey, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just wanted to make sure that I got to tell her that I was happy.
Look at me.
So, he didn't miss the wedding. He tried to go, but he showed up high.
Sure. She's expecting me to be here.
Oh, no, she's not. Nobody is.
Oh, that's brutal.
I just really want to be here for her.
You should have thought about that before you put the needle in your arm.
Damn, that's fucked up. Like, it's brutal, but she's not wrong. You know what's so sad about that too? Is in the first episode, she expressed how she was scared that she would never see him again. So even though she was saying that to him now, you know she still cares about him. Now it's sinking in.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, not again. It's the same beetle.
You fixed her.
No, that's what I do.
Oh, he's the funeral director. And she wasn't expecting her mom to look as she used to. He fixed her. And now she wants to fix her sister. Who's that? Her mom. She has the cat eyes. Jesus Christ. Shirley has had a really fucked up childhood and interaction with death, for sure. Kat's seeing her mom at her funeral, she was so frightened of it, but it also inspired her to become a funeral director. But now she's directing her own sister's funeral. It's just so much. I like how you can see what she called the forever home blurry in the corner, and now it's in focus. Oh. Earlier, when she told her brother when you see the light come home. Was that a reference to that? What, like that's the home that they never got? That never got made? They never got to go to? So this episode was very Shirley focused, you know, specifically like around her relationship with death from childhood till the present day. Obviously all the siblings are experiencing the same things to do with death, and to a certain degree, you know, their mother and now their sister, their youngest sister today. But again, it focused more specifically on Shirley, you know, beginning at childhood with the box of cats that she had, the cats that she found, the kittens, and trying to raise them only for them to get sick and pass away, essentially with her not being able to do anything about it. So that traumatized her, and her mother trying to speak with her about death, only for Shirley to realize that her mom was lying about death, which later paralleled her trying to explain death to her kids, which, to be fair, she did do a little more honestly, but you know, she did pepper in a lie, or at least she chose not to share some details with her kids, you know, when they asked how their aunt died, which is understandable. You know, it's difficult to talk about in general, let alone with kids. And then after the experience with the cats, her mother passing away and being so terrified of seeing her at the open casket, only to arrive at the casket and realize that her mom looked the way that she looked when she was alive. That's because the funeral director, or the person in charge of that job, told her that that's what he does. He fixes them. And I guess that's what inspired her to become a funeral director herself, you know, which makes it just a little more sad, you know, that I think in her mind right now, while she's embalming and preparing her sister for the wedding, she's like fixing her in a way. She feels like it's her duty to do this for her, when I just think it's too much for someone to do that for their own family member or a loved one. It's not right. I get her wanting to, like, having this sense of responsibility for it, but at a certain point it's too much on your plate, man. There's other people that can do that. Going back to the kittens in her childhood, when they asked her if she wanted to tell a story about them, I think it was the mom that was explaining to her, essentially, because the stories is how basically how we live on, how we're remembered, that makes us who we are, which is why she encouraged her to tell a story about the cats. I think that kind of reflected in the memory she was having about Nell as she was doing her makeup. She remembered when she was doing her makeup at her wedding. That was the story of her that she was remembering at this time. Interesting how in that memory we saw that Luke did in fact show up to the wedding, but she turned him away. I guess it's not necessarily that he didn't show up at all. He did. Maybe Shirley's rationalizing it that because he was too high to be there in the first place, it's essentially like choosing not to be there. You know, because in Shirley, even though she was pretty brutal about talking to Luke, she was pretty right with a lot of the stuff she was saying. You know, he doesn't have a right to mess up her day in any way, because he wants to be there, but didn't take appropriate actions to ensure that he would be able to be there that day, you know. So there was like a few horror elements in this episode, you know, with the beetles and the cat eyes and the meowing in the box and seeing the mom at the morgue. But it was just very brief, super brief. You know, this was a lot of backstory, like just character building for Shirley. Super heavy in the character building and the background story, which was really cool to see. But yeah, now we got to learn about her a little bit. I'm guessing maybe they'll do that for other characters too in this series. Like they'll take time in certain episodes to really narrow in on certain characters. Like I'm sure we'll get one for Luke soon. You have to, and Theo as well. Theo's pretty just a little mysterious. What's up with the gloves, Theo? Huh? Sorry. Yeah, I guess that's it. So I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below. I know I'd love to talk about it with you. And yeah, I'll just see you guys next time. So later.